The scope of the current court oversight of the Department of Mental Health covers only the care and treatment of the island's adult population that is suffering from mental and emotional illnesses. Children are not covered by the court's orders. Instead, the island's young are being sent away from Guam for their care, sometimes for years.
I have some serious concerns. I'm involved in some work where we're still sending children off island. I mean, for the 20 years that I've lived here on Guam, one of I think our worst shames is that we take children who we can't provide services to here, we send them off island, and two of the adults that we're now looking at and trying to figure out how we can bring them back, we sent off as children 15, 20 years ago.
Sommerfleck wants Guam's young people in need of care to stay here and be treated here, and he is preparing a lawsuit, he says, seeking to have the federal court order Gov Guam to stop sending the island's troubled young people away.
I'm currently working on issues with the family to put forward that this needs to stop and bring the government back into the federal court and say, you know, we need to develop a system that can provide care. I mean, we sent a child off island to get care and treatment because we can't, in our own children's inpatient unit, provide behavioral management treatment.
No good.
No good.
Sommerfleck thinks mental health's adult intake unit should be closed down. He suggests a separate therapeutic home to provide acute care for children and another home that would be a step down from the rigors of a therapeutic home. The children, says Sommerfleck, should be dealt with differently than adults.
I think that we need to do the same process that we've looked at with adults and start assessing our population, looking at what our need is. I think immediately we need to open up a second group home, you know, and in my vision, I'd like to close our AIU. You know, I think that our children's population should be dealt with differently than our adult population.
But until that happens, the island's troubled children are being sent away from Guam.
There's a group of them in Texas, and just recently we just sent off a child to Texas. And my biggest fear is that when we send these children off, are we bringing them back? You know, if someone is now in their 30s and has been off island for 15 years, are they still ours? Or
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.
And what have we done to